guys, my name is Chantel. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for hanging out with me today. So today we're going to talk about Haikyuu chapter 392. You guys, I'm so excited to talk about this chapter. Happy Mother's Day to me, right? So I actually didn't get the chance to read this chapter until like late at night because, you know, it's Mother's Day and I am a mother. So yeah, anyways, I didn't get to read this chapter until late last night and everybody was freaking out about this chapter, as they should, but this is kind of normal for me to see with every chapter now. And man, what a chapter this week was. And I'm just so excited to talk about because it focuses on one of my favorite characters, Bokuto! My sweet baby boy, my sweet owl boy. I love him so much. Okay, so this is a character that I have loved from like the very beginning since he was introduced. So he is just one of my favorite characters. You can't help but fall in love with this character. Just his positivity, the way that he is. He's just super outgoing. And I don't know, he's just an amazing character all around. Like, I feel like I can probably go into way more details as to why I love him. But this chapter, man, oh man, does this give Bokuto more depth into his character. And I feel like I've been saying this for some time now, specifically I think with the Atsumu focused chapters, as well as Kageyama's. I think that's as far as I've been saying this, but just I feel like Furodate just, I don't know, like who would have thought that these characters that we already know and we thought we knew so well, Furodate was like, here, let me give you just a little bit more backstory. And you know, just how? Like, only Furodate could do this, man. Like, wow. I really do love, like, these super in-depth times that we get with these characters because, like I said, it makes you really appreciate the character more than you did before. And it's safe to say that this is what happens with this week's chapter with my sweet baby boy Bokuto. Man, this chapter was just such an emotional ride. I did not expect to get so much flashbacks, especially with our beloved team Fukurodani. I really wasn't expecting so much flashback regarding this team with this chapter, but of course Fukurodani, oh man, they're just so amazing, like as like a team. And you know, they were the first team to truly accept Bokuto. Why am I getting emotional? Like, only Haikyuu can make me this emotional, clearly. But going back to what I was saying, they were the ones that to truly accept Bokuto like as he was, and we saw that, and people like the Haikyuu fandom, of course, had to do like the parallel between his team back in middle school who didn't really care too much for Bokuto, but then just seeing the team that Bokuto has now with Fukurodani. And since we're on the topic of flashbacks, we did get to see who won the Spring Nationals, and it was not Fukurodani. I had no words when I saw it, and the fact that Fukurodani was just like, nope, they didn't win, it was just some random team that we know nothing about, by the way. I was a little bit surprised, but at the same time, not really. I guess just because Haikyuu really, at least for me, was never, like, none of these characters really truly, like, were aiming to win, if that makes sense. At least that's the vibe that I've been getting, and especially with these characters, like, their purpose in life isn't just to win. If anything, their drive for a lot of these characters was to grow and to get better and stronger, to be the best that they can be. And I think that's like a really good message regarding Haikyuu, is that, you know, winning really isn't everything. It's basically just the journey itself. I feel like that's what Haikyuu really, like, at the core is really about. It's just seeing these characters' journey and seeing them go through the hardships and continuing to move forward, figuring things out, and trying to see what they can do to better themselves and just do everything that they can so they have no regrets. And it's been a really amazing journey to see like all these characters, what they've gone through, how they've developed, and you know, how they are now. And it's just, like I said, it's just been an amazing journey. So man, I can't believe it didn't win, but oh man, like things started getting really emotional when Bokuto was just like, you know, that was my bad. And most of the team was like really getting emotional. Then you have Akashi, like he's about to cry. You can tell like he's just like about to like break down. And one thing that caught my attention was that he wanted to say something to Bokuto, but he just couldn't. He's just like, I don't want him to blame himself, but like what can I say right now at this moment? Like I'm in no position to say anything right now. And I love that Konoha was like, no, like this is my bad, and I have to tell you something. You know, you've been a real pain in the ass. And I was like, what? Like, oh man. And I just like how they just thought of like all the times that Bokuto like caused trouble for the team. And I'm just like, oh boy. Like, it was really heartfelt because they were like thinking about all the times that they had with Bokuto, but you can tell that they wouldn't trade these moments for the world at all. Like they, even though like they said Bokuto did give them a little bit of trouble, I feel like they also truly enjoyed themselves because they wouldn't be having this much fun if it wasn't for Bokuto. And I love how Konoha was just like letting his feelings out, and he's just like, you know what, I don't regret being here with this team with you, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't gotten this far. He basically was just saying, you know, how proud he was to have Bokuto on the team and how glad that he was a part of this team. And then this is when he starts to say, you know, go on, move forward, don't quit now, and I'm gonna continue to cheer you on. And I'm like, god damn it, like what a supportive team, man. Like all the teams are super supportive of like each other, but just this whole chapter, like just this little bit that we got, you can really see just how close Bokuto was, at least to me, and how much they all like loved and respect each other and, you know, support each other. Once that's done, we get to see where all the members of Bokuto are at right now in their lives. And like we even got to see like the managers, which is so cute. Like they were together watching the match, and I love that the boys of Bokuto were like, some of them were at the bar, and we see Konoha. He looks so cute. And of course he kept his promise that he is cheering on Bokuto. It's just and that's when we see Bokuto do like this super cool amazing move. At first I didn't really understand it. I was like, wait, what did he do? Like I don't understand this. Like my brain just wasn't like processing this like clearly, so I had to like go back and forth between the chapter pages, and I was like, oh, so that's what he did. Like then it clicked. But what the heck, like I've never seen anything like that. But then again, it's probably because I really don't care about sports in real life. But this move, I was like, of course. This is definitely something that he would do. Like, of course, this is Bokuto we're talking about. Of course he's gonna do something like super cool and flashy, right? And of course this is what we see. And it's like this move where like he looks like he's about to hit the ball this way, but then he like turns around to his back and then just like does it this way. And the way that Fururate like draws this panel is like really cool. And Bokuto, he has his own little cheer. It's so cute, which is called Bokuto Beam. It's just like, it's so cute. My baby boy is just so precious. And then it ends off the chapter with him saying, are you guys watching me? I'm just a normal ace. I really like that he just said that he's just a normal ace, because you have like all these other aces where they're like super talented and like unique or something like that, you know? But Bokuto, he's never been perfect. He's always been an oddball, and I really like that we have like a character like Bokuto, because even though, you know, like his teammates from Fukudani have said they, you know, he's given them a lot of trouble, but that's okay. Like he even had like his weaknesses, as Akashi said. I do like that Akashi would be like Bokuto's weakness number so and so, but now it looks like that's not there. Like you can tell that Bokuto has grown so much since then. And there's a moment in this chapter where he's just like, oh, like I was a little bit afraid. I was like, oh, is he gonna go back to like his like super upset mode, but no, he doesn't. He's just like thinking about it, and he's just super calm about it, and he's just like hyping himself up and almost kind of thinking logically about the situation, or thinking about something regarding the situation that would make sense to him. He's just like, oh, so that's why they've been keeping an eye on my, you know, I think it's called the line shots? I could be totally wrong, but you guys get what I'm saying. And that's when he's like, well, if they're expecting this, then I'll just do the cross shot. And that's what he does. And it just, oh my boy. But yeah, I was just worried because as soon as like his little straight was counted as an out, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, is he gonna be okay? But my baby boy proved me wrong. Like he like showed us that he was gonna be okay, that he's grown a lot as all the other characters have done, basically. Which I should have expected. I should have like trusted my boy a little bit more, because like I said, I was worried, but I'm glad that my boy is doing so much better and that he can rely on his own strength now. The only reason why I'm saying that is just because Fukurani's always been the team that would pull Bokuto like out of his little funk that he would be in and help him like cheer up a little bit. But with this chapter, we see that he doesn't need that anymore. He's not the same person that he was back then. He has grown into this wonderful man that he is now, and he has full confidence in himself that he is not afraid if he makes a mistake. And I think the last thing that I do want to mention is the moment that Atsumu and Bokuto realize that they're going to be on the same team. Like their first interaction, not necessarily interaction, but their first meeting as being team members now was so interesting to see. I was not expecting that, but I love that Fodate gave us this because their interactions are just so hilarious. Like we have Atsumu over here who was just like straightforward and honest with Bokuto. He was just like, okay, I'm gonna tell you to you straight. If you can't hit what I toss to you, then goodbye. That's basically the gist of that. But Bokuto being Bokuto, he was just kind of like, well, I'm just a normal person, like, just an ace. So there's that. And Atsumu was just like, what? Because Atsumu told him straight up, I don't want to deal with your weird emotions if you mess up or something happens. So yeah, like I thought that was super hilarious. But you know, Atsumu was being honest and upfront, which I really appreciate, and Bokuto doesn't take it too hard. He's just like, okay. I think that's all I really have to say regarding this week's chapter. I am just so in love with Bokuto. Like, let me know y'all's thoughts and how you interpret this chapter, because I've been seeing so many interpretations of this chapter and the whole thing with being a normal ace, and I'm just like, wow, all I got is I love Bokuto and he was amazing. All y'all that can do like these super analysis and like super in-depth things, kudos to you, because I clearly cannot do that. Anywho, I know this video was a little bit all over the place and I'm really sorry about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my ramblings and me being excited about my boy Bokuto. Like I love him. He's such a sweet boy. Like I think the one thing that really pulled to me with this character, like the one thing that made me gravitate to him and made him like one of my favorites, is just like the energy that he has. Like you can't help but be infected by this like energy that he has and this positivity that he has as well. Like you just want to be there and like hype him up too, you know? But yeah, anyways, I think, okay, I'm sorry. I'm done rambling about my sweet baby boy. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed my ramblings once again, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!